Hello everyone, today we're going to talk about LocoRoco. Now a long time ago I got LocoRoco 2, but I never played it simply because I figured one day I got a deal on getting a new copy, I believe that was a new copy, of LocoRoco 2, and I've been interested in the series, and I figured one day I would find the original. Well, it seemed like that was going to be forever, actually. Because not until just recently did I finally find a copy of LocoRoco. As in, not going to Amazon and getting it shipped to me. As in, I just happened to find it in the wild. And for $2 too, which is actually a really good price for this. It's really good condition. The case ain't fucked up. Has a booklet. So, obviously, with the physical, it has a very simple cover that pretty much gets the message about what the game's about. And amazingly, you know, kiddies of today, color booklets, pages? What's this stuff? Yeah. But anyway, LocoRoco. What is LocoRoco? Well, if you ever played stuff like Kirby's, Tilts, and such, you would see that the game's entire concept is moving the stage and getting your local from the beginning to the end. Now, the PSP does not actually have the technology to recognize tilting. Neither did I believe Kirby Tilt was on the cover, wasn't it? The Game Boy Color also didn't have such technology. Actually, the cartridge for Kirby's Tilt had that actual technology in the cartridge. Now, LocoRoco uses the trigger buttons of your PSP to tilt the world so you can have this effect. Now your LocoRocos are just these little teeny dot creatures, and they're all different colored ones. You get a variety as you go through the game. And they can increase in size when they eat special berries. And when you split them, they become even more LocoRocos. Now the whole concept of the game for just beating the game is to simply get to the end of the stage alive with some of the LocoRocos. You don't need all of them. But the game does have a very collective, gotta get all the crap kind of thing going on. You can get 20 LocoRocos every stage. There's a bunch of little fly things that give you more score, and a timer on how fast you beat the stage. So they're all collectibles, essentially, but they're not necessary. But if you're a completionist or a completionist, you like time attack stuff that on yourself, you can have additional challenge on it. Now the stages, there are a few different stages. Mostly they work the same, but there's a few unique elements to certain ones. Like the star ones use a lot of the bungees where your local hit them, and when you do a jump, which is by using both trigger. Literally, this entire game is pretty much played with just the trigger buttons, aside from menu moving around with normal buttons. You really just tilt the world and hold both buttons and let go to jump. Is all you do in the LocoRoco stages. And when you're on a bungee item, which there was the cords and then there was the fluffy white things, that will increase your jump higher. But there really a lot of elements are pretty much scaled through all the games. But I mean, like the jungle ones have vines. You can kind of try to I kind of sucked on the vines, but you can use the vines to get across certain areas or find secrets in that. And the star stages, like I said, make use of a lot of the bungee cords and such. Now, there are a lot of hazards, too, of course. I mean, what game wouldn't be a game, really, without any type of hazard, really? That's kind of hard to imagine for most games. But basically, tying in with the story, basically this race of weird creatures are coming and they're eating the LocoRocos. So basically, you're trying to gather them all to your little sanctuary and help the world be free of such a menace. And these things will eat your LocoRocos. If they nab you, they will whip one of the LocoRocos you have and eat them. And there's also like spike traps, and there are different creatures that interact with. Some help you, and others menace you or steal your LocoRocos from you right under your feet, literally. So you gotta be careful of that. And there's a few interesting traps later on too. Now, interestingly, while it's not exactly a gameplay mechanic, it's an interesting mechanic in the game, that music. The game is not a rhythm music game, but there's music, and each LocoRoco is styled after a type of music. So, you're basically going to be attracted to probably 2 or 3, or unless you're a big music buff and you like all music, you'll probably like them all. But each one has an associated kind of music type they kind of go. And then when you play them in a stage with their music type, they'll sing along with the song, which really adds to it. But sadly, only each stage is for one LocoRoco. They don't simply, replace the song or anything, varying on which one you choose, which is a real shame, especially since the stages don't tell you which LocoRoco will sing in that stage. You'll have to find out yourself. And that is a real shame, because them singing while you play the game actually enhances the song a lot more. Especially when you break them up and all the different versions are singing along with the song instead of just one. And it's a real shame that you can't find out until you just go into the stage, so you have to keep trying. And it's really annoying that. It would have been nice, at least after you cleared the game, to allow you to, use any LocoRoco in any stage or something. That's a bit of a shame, and I hope that kind of thing was addressed in the sequel. But we'll have to get there in the future. Now, there was lots of hidden stuff, invisible walls and things you can break, and the LocoRoco, each one has some kind of thing on their head. It's either a little antenna, a little hair, or that. But if you notice, it'll start like standing up on end, wiggling. This is to indicate that there's something hidden or something nearby, not necessarily hidden. But obviously, if you don't see it, that means it's hidden then. And this is basically how you're going to hunt down everything if you're the completionist type. And you want everything to perfection. And you basically, you don't really have any bosses, per se, until the very end of the game. Any of the enemy creatures that attack you, you can either avoid or just hit them, but they're not mandatory to kill. And the end is, well, that's spoiler-tastic. So, before we go into spoiler-tastic kind of things, what do I think of LocoRoco? Oh, and also, it has 5 worlds, which only have, I believe, it's 6 stages each. In the video, you'll see each world has the same amount of stages, so you can see in the video. I think it's 6 or 7-ish each of that, but there's only 5 worlds in that, and it's a relatively short game if you're just going through it from start to end without gathering everything of that, and it doesn't really add a whole lot of replay value. And there's also a LocoRoco house that allows you to kind of just mess with things you collect and kind of make your own little, I guess you kind of like little mini stage kind of, where the LocoRocos can just flutter around if you design it right. And they're all mini-games. I only got one mini-game, and I'm assuming you need better records and stages or sword and mouse stuff gathered to unlock the other 2 mini-games. But the booklet does talk about them if you're interested. And I guess I can just go ahead and look into that real quick. Minigame was page 20. Now, you start out with the mini plane, which you'll see that in this video. You also have, it looks like one used a little blow dart thing to kind of shoot you around. And doesn't list the 3rd one. Oh no, never mind. It actually has a local editor where you can literally make your own stage. Okay. So I'm not sure what unlocks those, to be honest, but to be honest, I wasn't interested enough to get them of that. The game is really pretty much a casual time cruncher, basically, to eat up some of your time. The stages are basically anywhere between 2 to 5 minutes if you're just going from start to end. If you collect everything, that's probably more like 10 minutes at most, not counting Wii plays. So, that's pretty much all my general thoughts without spoiling anything major. So, I recommend the game if you have moments that, you know, you want to kill maybe 10 minutes. You can get a stage or 2 done, or maybe even 3 if you rush through them. Depending on whether you want to collect everything or just get through it. It's a pretty nice game to pick up for a little while and then put away. It's not something you need to invest 30 minutes to an hour in every session like an RPG or something. It's a pretty pick up and put down game. I mostly played it the last few days while cooking dinner or that. You know, it's very short levels and that, and it worked out for me like that. And, you know, if you go like to appointments or you live in a city or that where you got trains and stuff, it's perfect for just to kill a little time. It's really nice for that. But for hardcore sessions, like if you're gonna play multiple hours, it probably would get very repetitive because until the very end of the game, it stays pretty much par the core, adding just a few more hazards and that. And even the end I'm giving more credit to, probably than what somebody else would. But anyway, so now we're going to spoils. Okay, so spoiling. At the end, you basically meet the commander of these creatures eating the LocoRocos, and you find out he's been incognito, and he's been hiding in your little refuge. If you see in my footage, he's not there. After you kill him, well, I guess defeat him and he runs away, he's no longer in your little refuge, so it was him, and it's kind of weird. I mean, why hiding in your refuge when you could just stopped everything so soon, but whatever. So basically, he grows huge, eats you, and the final stage is another, throughout the game, you play stages where you get eaten by certain things, and you go through, like, the intestines and stuff. It's kind of like a whole stage designed over that giant fog in Yoshi Island on the Super Nintendo where everything's squishy and that, with LocoRoco mechanics and that. And the end of it, you find a much bigger version of these alien things than the ones you've met so far, and I don't know if you're required to kill him. It doesn't look like you are, but I did kill him with 5 hits and then escape, and I ended the game. And basically he just ran away with his tail between his legs while the planet sung on with all its courage. It's a pretty simple game. It's not complicated. I enjoyed it. It's short. You can basically beat it in like a day if you time crunched it all the way through. I mean, every stage, I mean, it took me between 2 to 5 minutes because, like I said, I didn't collect everything. You get more time in play and replay if you do collect everything. But, you know, that depends on whether you just want to get to the end or you want to do everything. There's no true ending or anything for the game, so you're not going to get anything additional aside from most likely the other 2 mini games, which if you want those, then sure. I'm assuming the LocoRoco editor, you can probably send stages to like other friends or that, so if you have friends with this game, you can have fun with that. But I only know 2 people with a PSP in my area, and I'm pretty sure they don't have LocoRoco, so. LocoRoco's pretty simple to find. It's not expensive. It was I believe a 2006 game, so it's pretty old, and it even got bundled with some stuff, I believe, which is particularly one of the reasons I didn't want to get that way, because that was about the only way I found LocoRoco, was bundled with like a golf game. I didn't care about for like $20. I just wanted to copy that. And what's funny is this is a bundle copy, because the barcode on the back says not for resale, so that's usually something you see on bundled games like this. So I'm pretty sure this was a copy that was bundled with something. But I got it for $2, and I'm pretty sure it's probably more like around $5, $10 on Amazon. It's pretty nice to pick up and play. It's great for that doctor appointment or something if you got to kill 10, 15 minutes to go to or something. It's excellent for that. I don't recommend very long play sessions because, like I said, it gets very repetitive that way. It's a nice, simple, relaxing, casual game with music and just simple design. It's excellent, in my opinion, in a very simplistic way. So if you want something simple, I recommend LocoRoco. If you want some complicated Persona 3 Final Boss FES hard mode shit, well, look somewhere else, because that's not in here. So anyway, until next time, praise the sun, and may you find your true challenge.
Janata Kampura Pole, no Apura Tarapatoto, Nopu Nopu Tomparare, Moso de Kerala, Puriratore.
Ring.
gandandu. Jiggy baba meri bari jemu mige no montuze wana wana gena. Toy toy, montoy. Jiggy babu ge. Rea honga zu jiza du ba. Do ba ding. Conte. Anima reda. Jiggy ge. Rea honga zu jiza du za. Just the way I do. No never get cool and get down. Don't boy gotta do. Comunia racconte. Oh. Racconte. Toy. Racconte. Toy. Don't make it up. Don't fuck it. Just make it a gandandu. Don't fuck it, just make it a gandandu. Chicken baba meri bari jemu mige no mutuze wana gena. Comunia babu ge. Anima gazu jiza du za. Do ba ding. Do rada boom rada. Radu ge.